Hello, and welcome to another episode of Nights of Awakening. So, I was scrolling through my feed today, and I noticed a couple of people posting up this. It looks like it's a piece of poster board on a screen, and it says, "If we each grow a large crop of different food, we could all trade with each other and eat for practically free. Grow food, not lawns. Food is free." Sorta. Obviously, you need the money to get to start on building one up. It's really not a lot if you want a small garden, but it can be a enormous number if you are looking to produce enough food for your entire community of one particular crop. Unless I guess if you divide it between the different people in your neighborhood, you might be able to pull it off. It's a great idea in a perfect world, but this is not a perfect world. And here's why. If you have ever grown a small garden for yourself, then you know that the yields, while saving you money, you still have to go out and buy vegetables ever so often because it only produces so much over the course of time. And depending on what it is that you're growing, you may have to plant new seeds to get that to regrow after you pick it up. And it might take a while before they grow. So you have to consider, what is it that I want to grow and how long is it going to take me before it gets all grown up? What's the yields going to be? I think you get the point. So if we did this for everybody, if we all did this, it would be very time consuming. Uh, let's face it, going out there and weeding all of your foods and making sure that everything is not getting eaten away by some sort of insect that just hates you and gardens, or in some cases, rabbits. My mom had a couple of rabbits that got into our yard, and we had no idea where they came from in the middle of the city area. But hey, they did. They came out of nowhere and they ate some of our little mini garden. And then after you figure that out, you have a number of other little things that you have to figure out. Like, it takes a lot of people to grow these things. When you walk into the produce area of your store, you have to consider how much food it's taken, how many people it's taken to grow all of that. In many areas, they reduce the number of people that it takes to do a lot of the weeding and whatnot because, oh, guess what? They have GMOs and pesticides that they can spray and huge vehicles that go through and do whatever it is they need, plowing, etc., etc. So if your whole family is working on this and your whole idea is to give it away for free, then you have to figure out, okay, where's your money coming from to get your housing, a roof over your head for you and your family? Where is it coming from to get the clothes that you're going to need, because clothing, this is probably going to deteriorate in, well, okay, this is probably not deteriorate in a long time, but you get my point, that there are basic needs that you need to keep this whole business going. You need the money. So really, you're not eating for free. You have to find a way to make revenue. In a perfect world, if we lived in smaller clans or smaller tribes like what the Native Americans do, then maybe this would be feasible, because then you would have smaller niches, people that do certain things and they get everything rolling. And then you have the people that are farming, and then you just go out, and instead of doing the whole trade thing, you're sort of trading. I mean, you're just all working together to make sure that everybody eats and whatnot. But in this world, it's really not practical. It's not something that we can do. We have too many people on the planet, so yay, population control, while horrible, is kind of would kind of be our saving grace if you wanted to do something like this. But guess what? Growing a garden can still save you a lot of money. We have, and remember how I said that you have to figure out how many people are going to work on all of your lawn stuff and keep the weeding out and whatnot? Well, everyone's complaining about having the GMOs and this and that. They all wonder, why is organic food more costly? Well, it's because it costs more money to hire on the people that will go out there and do all of this stuff to make sure that it's organic. It costs more money to upkeep whatever greenhouse they might have in order to return or to make something grow over the course of the summer, etc., etc., etc. So this is why it is that way. But if you wanted to make your own garden so that you could get your own fresh produce and keep from having to deal with the GMOs and the pesticides and all this stuff, you can do all the research on your own. While I was looking up some information to figure out exactly how you could do this, I came across a blog called abundantminigardens.com, and I'll put the link down in the bottom so that you can get that. But it's this really cool little thing. It's written by a woman named Deborah. It doesn't have her last name as far as I can tell. She probably has her name somewhere around here, but her name's Deborah. And she talks about how you can save money by growing your own garden. They have, her and her sister have 50, no, 10 50 square feet beds. So that's like 500 square feet of nothing but garden. And they save, like, I think she said $1,500 if they only produce $3 per square foot. Uh, and then you have to take out the 180, it says here, to prorate the construction cost for the 10 beds and a little more for other expenses. So, you have the expenses that you have to get all that put together and whatnot. But she has a really good little program here. If you sign up for her thing, I'm not really sure exactly what this is. I guess if you sign up for an email of some sort, and it's a little ebook that she'll send. It's called 9 Ways to Grow More Food in Less Space, and she'll help you learn how to get started with it. She also has a book. That you can find on Amazon called Vertical Vegetable Gardening: How to Use Trellises to Grow More Food in Less Space. Oh, there's her name. I think it's a Graff. Deborah Graff, it looks like. And so she's got this little blog, and you can go in and go to the article library that she's got up here, and you can see that she's got a number of little decent things where she talks about various concepts: pest control, vertical gardening, garden soil, potting soil, gardening plan. And in there, one of them is feasting year round. So she can help you give tips on how to do winter gardens also. Winter gardens is another one featured in here. And they just cycle through different things that you can use. It's a great little resource if you want to sign up with her. That'd be great for you if you want to learn how to start up on your winter gardening, because I'm sure that some of you may actually be thinking about the possibility. But if you're not thinking about the possibility of doing a winter garden, but maybe you want to do a New Year's resolution to get your own garden started up in the spring, you can start now by researching and signing up with her. No, I didn't get paid by her. Kind of wish I could get paid by her, but hey, a little free advertising didn't hurt anybody, right? So that's right, it's abundantminigardens.com for anybody that's looking to start up their own garden. Also, just a little shout out, the Air Force apparently got a new band. It's like Max Band or something like that. And this woman comes out and she's singing her heart out for doing a country song. If you guys want to look that up, it's the American Airmen. Pretty good. Just gotta hit a little bit on the Air Force people. Y'all aren't that cool. You really aren't. But good work. It was a good video, and I encourage everybody to go look it up. I also encourage all of you to consider how you're going to awaken the night within.